I want your honest opinion on CPW's current format. You three are the best pro wrestling consultants in the industry. I've been thinking of making some changes, perhaps even a complete overhaul of the product. Gentlemen, please tell me your thoughts.
Thank you for having us, Mr. Gold. CPW has undergone many changes since starting up back on August 25th, 2021. CPW's initial concept, from what I read on your YouTube channel, states the following. A global territory-based fantasy wrestling promotion. The champions visit territories based on random lottery picks each month to defend their belts. That sounds like a good concept on paper, and at the beginning CPW did this format, but things have changed recently, it seems.
Do you mind if I put my 2 cents in? No, please, go ahead. I think CPW's roster is way too large. There are just too many wrestlers. I think we need to reduce the roster size while maintaining the territory concept.
Mr. Gold, Mr. Taft here, let me give you my opinion on this matter. Now if I were you, I would follow Mr. Sims' advice. I would get the roster size down for each territory. Right now you have just way too many wrestlers. Too many wrestlers getting a paycheck just to sit around and do nothing. Some wrestlers go 1 year, sometimes 2 years, without getting booked. That is a huge waste of money. If I were you, I would get this roster size under control ASAP.
Any thoughts on how we could get this roster size down?
Before we get into all that, let's get our goals in order. What do we want CPW to be? Territories are a must. Wrestlers from all over the world, the top wrestlers from all over the world per territory.
Champions that defend their belts at different locations around the globe. Say they visit the Mid-Atlantic US. The champions need to face the top wrestlers in that territory.
A wrestling show or two. CPW needs a base show, like Monday Night Raw or Dynamite.
Right now we have Wide World of Wrestling. Can that be our flagship show?
Yes, of course. But I would change things up with the formatting of the show. We need to focus more on the champions of CPW. We do not hear enough from them. They should be the primary focus of CPW, Championship Pro Wrestling.
I agree. The champions do need to be featured more often.
I think we need to get rid of a few championships as well.
Which belts do you have in mind?
I think the Hardcore Championship needs to go. Instead, have a yearly King of the Deathmatch tournament. Yes, that's a much better idea.
Well, I agree with you. I never liked the Hardcore Championship. I also hate tag team wrestling. Got rid of that championship a while ago. I think we should only have one women's championship. The Women's International Championship should be scrapped. Sounds good to me. Any other belts need to go?
I think that's alright. We will want the 2 television championships for the TV shows. Now on to the roster size. What should we cap each territory at?
How about the top 10 wrestlers in each territory?
No, that is way too many. You would have 420 heavyweights and 420 light heavyweights.
Damn, that is a lot. How about 8 wrestlers each? Still too many. You would have 336 heavyweights and 336 light heavyweights on the payroll. Top 5?
I think that is a perfect number. 210 heavyweights and 210 light heavyweights. We'll also continue the top 5 wrestlers only get title shots rule.
Yes, I agree. Cap each territory at 5 wrestlers. Also, other wrestlers will go to a developmental system. Developmental system? What the hell is that? It is where all the young wrestlers, rookies, and unsigned wrestlers will go to improve and train. Then, once they are ready, they can challenge the 5th-ranked wrestler for his spot. That sounds good to me.
We should also feature a match once in a while between 2 up-and-coming developmental wrestlers. They should also maybe once in a while do an interview and maybe do some YouTube shorts with their interviews. That way fans will at least know them by the time they challenge for the 5th-ranked spot. I couldn't agree more. Excellent idea.
What about the women? Top 100?
I think the top 50 would be best. The top 50 women wrestlers in the world.
The women would also have a developmental system.
Yes, of course.
I'm liking what I hear so far. Some big changes, but necessary. What about the top 10 pound-for-pound rankings?
The current rankings will need a complete overhaul. I think we keep the top 10 pound-for-pound rankings. It only applies to the Grand Championship.
I would also include women in the top 10 pound-for-pound rankings, since the Grand Championship is any gender and any weight class.
Great point, Mr. Selby. Yes, include women in the top 10 pound-for-pound rankings.
What about the ongoing King of the Heavyweight, King of the Light Heavyweight, and Queen of Wrestling Global Eliminators?
I think we should continue those, but feature every match on YouTube. No more dark matches. Also, we should reduce the roster size before continuing these Global Eliminators. That way, the wrestlers who make the cut can continue on in the Eliminators, then keep the plan to crown the 3 winners at StarSlam 2.
I know just what to do to determine the top 5 wrestlers in each territory. I will hold 42 events, 1 from each territory. I will pick my top 10 favorite wrestlers. Then there will be 5 matches. The winner of those matches get the territory roster spots.
Great idea, Mr. Gold. I might add that you should make each match for a specific ranking spot.
Yeah, good idea. So, there will be a match for first rank, second rank, and so on. What about the women? Will you have an event for them too? No, I will just pick my top 50. The rest go to developmental. Did we just create the perfect format? I think we did. I'm very happy with this. You guys were worth what I paid for you. Ha ha ha.
Thank you, Mr. Gold. I'm glad you are pleased with my company.
I'm going to implement these changes starting in March. The Hardcore Championship and Women's International Championship will be eliminated as of March 1st. Kinda sad for the Gravedigger, who will be fighting at Togglemania 2 on February 29th, knowing the next day his belt is going to be eliminated. It is just business. The Gravedigger will get over it. So in March, I will start running these territory shows to determine the official CPW roster, the top 5 rankings. I also want to hear from the wrestlers going for these roster spots, so I will have them cut a promo before their match. That will also be included in the shows.
That is a great idea, Mr. Gold. I think CPW will be better than ever now.
Ooh, what about the Battle of the Warriors? That was supposed to take place in April.
I think you should leave the Warriors alone. It is A-okay to have more than one Warrior on your roster.
Yeah. I just woke up pissed off that day, decided to have only one Warrior. Alright, this meeting has gone on too long. Thanks for your input. Now fuck off.